Welcome to Nishad Physics class 10th, topic Ohm's Law, sequence 3. In the previous lecture, sequence 2, we have discussed about electric current, potential difference, electromotive force, and the resistance and causes of resistance. Now, we are going to discuss most important topic of this chapter, Ohm's law. Ohm's law. In this law, we discuss that electric current in a circuit is directly proportional to the EMF, to the potential difference, our EMF, potential difference between two ends of the conductor. Provided that some conditions are required, provided that physical quantities like temperature and elasticity remain constant. This is Ohm's law. It is very clear that potential difference between two ends of conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference, but certain conditions are required. Temperature must be same, it should not change, otherwise resistance will change and current will change. Elasticity should also not change, otherwise resistance and current will change. Now I am going to derive and find mathematical relation of the Ohm's law. Suppose that here a conductor and this conductor here, potential difference between conductor is V. You must know here V is not potential, but it is a potential difference. Now suppose that this is the direction of the flow of current, this is the I, current I flows, then according to Ohm's law, magnitude of this current I directly proportional to the V. Here V is potential difference, not potential. It is very clear, it is the direct relation. When V changes, I changes. Just like if declivity becomes like this, then water flow is more. In the same way, and when potential difference is more, then current is also more. We may write when I proportional to V, so we also write V proportional to I. Thus V is equal to I, or you know very well that when sign of proportionality is changed by equal sign, then a constant come, and that constant is R. So here R is a constant. R is the constant R, and this constant R is known as electrical resistance of the conductor. It is very clear. Now here R equal to V upon I. R equal to V upon I. We get this mathematical formula from the Ohm's law, where R is resistance V is PD, potential difference, and I is electric current. Electric current. Again I am writing here R equal to V upon I. In SI unit, in International System of Unit, V in volt, I in ampere. So R equal to volt upon ampere, and this R is replaced by ohm. It means volt per ampere is known as ohm. Volt per ampere is known as volt. Volt per ampere is known as volt. Now, symbol of ohm. This symbol is known as omega. Greek alphabet. Omega, Greek alphabet. At the place of ohm, we may write omega. Omega is the symbol of ohm. So suppose that 2 ohm, just like this, 3 ohm, 4 ohm, you may write like this. It doesn't matter. Just like 4 ampere, 3 ampere, 5 ampere. So this is a symbol. Now, this is a law, and a law must be verified experimentally, because we are dealing in physics, and physics is not only in the hypothesis, but it has experimental verification also. So now, experimental verification of Ohm's law. Experimental verification of Ohm's law. Experimental verification of Ohm's law. I think that you have an idea of a circuit and some electrical component. Suppose that here this is a symbol of resistance. This is the resistance R. Now here, that is ammeter, and voltmeter is connected in parallel. You should know that voltmeter must be connected in parallel and ammeter in series. Here cell now, and this one is known as rheostat, and here this is switch, and now it connects like this. So resistance VA, and here plus minus, and this is known as rheostat. Rheostat, it is a device to change current in the circuit. It is just like a variable resistance. You can also say that it is variable resistance. Variable resistance. See this diagram. This R is fixed, but this resistance can be changed by changing this pointer, this arrow, this pointer. You can slide and you can change the value of resistance, so current changes. This is direction of flow of current. Now, just to make a table here. Suppose that by sliding this point of rheostat, you find that here current I and here potential V, like this. When current is 1 ampere, it is found that current is 1 ampere, potential is 2 volt. When current is 2, experimentally we find, here I am writing on the board, but when you do experiment in the class 10, you find this. It is a practical in the class 10. Then 2, then 4 volt. Again 3, 6 volt, 4, 8 volt, I in ampere and V in volt. This potential in the volt, ampere. Now, work up this as, now that after finding this relation, I am going to draw a graph, and you can better understand with the help of graph. Here potential V in volt on the y-axis, current I in ampere on x-axis. X-axis. Now here we find that voltage is 2, current is 1. Voltage increases, current increases. Again, that you find that current is directly proportional to the voltage. Just some points here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I want 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this is point is 0, 0. 0 volt and 0 potential. This point is 0, 0, 0 potential and 0 volt. Now, here volt is, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. At 2 volt, current is 1 ampere. Now this one here. This is current and this point. In the same. Okay. At 4, current is 2. So at the 4, current is 2. So this is the current and this point is 2. Now at 6, it is 3. So 3 at the 6. When potential is 8 volt, current is 4 ampere. So this is the 8 and this is the 4. So this point is like this. Now draw this diagram. What you get like this. a straight line. And we know that V proportional to I, okay, and V equal to I R, and R is equal to V upon I. So now this is the experimental verification of Ohm's law. One thing you know that I have discussed in the definition of the Ohm's law, that provided that physical conditions, physical quantities remain same. It means, suppose that I am doing an experiment at the 40-degree temperature. We have resistance 20 ohms. In this experiment, this value R, we have 20 ohms. But when you are doing same experiment at the 10 degree C, then V and I will be same, but R will, that will be different. So that value of R changes. It is based on the temperature. It means I will discuss later in detail that temperature is high, then resistance is high of a conductor. Temperature is low, then resistance of a conductor is low. So R is equal to V upon I. Now, just I am going to draw this graph, general graph here, like this. Here this is A, and this is B, and this is V, and this is I. We know about the slope. Here angle is B makes angle of theta 1 and A makes angle of theta 2. Then what you see here, that theta 2 greater than theta 1, slope of A greater than slope of B. Slope of A greater than slope of B. It means if RA is the resistance of A, this RA, and RB is the resistance of B, then RA greater than RB. Here resistance of, if we have two resistance and we get in during the experiment that resistance of A greater than resistance of slope of A greater than slope of B, then resistance of A is greater than resistance of B. Okay, but one thing, if you reverse this again, if you reverse like this graph, if you reverse this graph like this, on here this axis, this is voltage, and this axis, this is the I, and this is the again this graph. This is A and this is B, and now this angle is A is again theta 2 and this is theta 1. Here theta 2 greater than theta 1, slope of A greater than slope of B, but it will become reverse, that is RA less than RB. RA less than RB, it means RB is greater here, greater than B. So here resistance of B greater. Here one thing is very, very important, that position of V and I are important. If V on the y-axis and I on the x-axis, then A greater and B smaller. But when V on the x-axis and I on the y-axis, then resistance of B greater. You can easily identify this thing because angle, the line which is close to voltage, potential difference, have greater resistance. So what you see here, B is close to V. So that resistance of B is greater than resistance of A. Okay, thank you. In the next lecture, I will discuss ohmic conductor and non-ohmic conductor, in which condition Ohm's law are not followed, and some more basic concept, and maybe I can discuss in the fourth sequence concept of resistivity. Okay, just to understand, and just like and subscribe my channel.